Phil Ball. Is Phil Ball here?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome.
I'm here on the submission about the alterations of the Horsell Junction Road, Foremans Road area. My concern about the Horsell Junction Road extension is the effect that on the residential section of Foremans Road. Foremans Road is not an arterial route and is dedicated a non-trucking road, and there are small signs of non-trucking at either end of the road, but these need to be made larger and clearer, as at the present time the truck drivers are not abiding by the non-trucking signage. I've approached the drivers and when stopped and asked why are they in the non-resident in the area, they say that they do not see the signage. The traffic is also becoming badly congested along the main South Road on the south side, with truck and trailer units blocking access by turning right into either Fulton Hogan or turning right onto the main South Road, thus banking the traffic up on the Horsell Junction section, and it's affecting traffic coming out of Foremans Road. And I know for a fact that the car that's come out of Foremans Road has taken up to 8 minutes to get out from Foremans Horsell Junction Road to go about 300 yards to the main South Road and to turn left, and it's taken them up to 8 minutes to get through that area.
I don't know if you were here earlier when the people submitted from, which was it, the Waterloo Business Park. But have you seen their proposal for the realignment of the two roads?
Yes, I have.
How does that work? Does that work for the residents?
Well, bear in mind,
it seemed to me to drag the traffic away from that nightmare intersection with the main South Road.
Yeah, they're looking at bringing the traffic through
that way.
But they're going to stop part of Horsell Junction Road, which goes to Waterloo Road.
Yeah.
Now, I was involved with that alteration of that road, which gave the trucks the right of way to come down the main South Road, turn left into Horsell Junction Road, over the railway line, with traffic travelling east and west on Waterloo Road had to give way to them. It gave the trucks and the trailers the freedom to go across that intersection. Now, I believe they're changing that intersection and putting the road further to the west, and there's going to be a road come off out of the out of the Waterloo Park. What I'm asking is that when you look into things on that you bear in mind that there is the non-trucking route on Foremans Road, which, if possible, I'd like to see kept.
Right. Okay. Right. Yep. David.
I'm vaguely familiar with the area. There's an access, I think, to Foremans Road off the main South Road. Is that
right at the top end of what used to be called the Wreckers Bend.
Is that still in existence?
That is still there.
So if the extension of Horsell Junction Road and links up with a road through the Waterloo Park out to Pound Road comes into existence, and that access off the main South Road is either blocked off or prohibited totally for trucks, does that solve your problem?
What I've heard is that the trucks, part of Waterloo Road is going to be stopped, so the trucks will come down Waterloo Road, and at Foremans Road on the industrial side they will veer across to the left and come out into the Waterloo Park. But I don't know where the traffic is going to travel east and west along Waterloo Road.
I've just been asking whether they left a map, because I think they just had one on the screen.
Yeah.
And it would be quite helpful to actually see the map.
Yes, I think, I mean,
Yeah?
there's a solution
Okay,
here, I
well,
think.
why don't we, they're gonna bring up the map and then we can actually look at
Okay,
what the
yes.
proposal is. Did you have another question, David?
No, I just really want to clarify about whether the new one, we may see it on the map, whether in fact we do satisfy a number of the residents' needs with this a diversion of Hallsville Junction Road.
Yeah. And
No, so here we
does
go
this
now.
come within the annual plan, Yanni, from your,
Well, there's a really interesting separation between people that get
That's
plan
actually upside
changes,
down.
the cost of providing the infrastructure and the annual plan. So it's very
Yeah.
common for the developers to come and argue through the annual plan process to put funding towards infrastructure improvements. Sometimes they're part of the conditions of the plan change or the consent. Other times the Commissioner has said it's appropriate to go through the annual plan process to consider the funding, and it's often linked to the staging of when development can occur. So it is appropriate.
yeah, but sometimes you would, and this is maybe how I'm seeing it, is that sometimes there's a public benefit that actually produces a private benefit at the same time. So it's kind of like a win-win. But I mean, I don't know whether this is one of those, but it,
Community board the other day, what we realised was there was a gap between our consenting and our district plan and our traffic planning and engineering. So
I learned
there's
that this
also
morning.
a gap between our budget as
I
well.
learned exactly that point this morning at the water conference that I opened, where you can have a building consent issued, but not know that the water pressure couldn't possibly allow the sprinkler system to work properly. I mean, the guy that was telling me this wasn't from Christchurch, I hasten to add. But sometimes when you make a decision in one area and it's not informed, it's not informing the consenting process, then you can actually have a perfectly valid consent issued, but actually not be able to produce the result, which is a safe building. So I mean, this is raising a good point. But here's the picture here, so you can see.
I live on the Foremans Road where the Foremans Road wording is.
Yep.
Now, the Hallsville Junction Road closure, that is where the Hallsville Junction Road now comes into, the Hallsville Junction Road connects into Waterloo Road.
That's right.
At the corner of Foremans Road and Hallsville Junction Road, they want to make a diversion across to the left
Yep.
and come into the new area there.
Yep.
What my query is, what is going to be in that intersection to control the traffic? Because
It sort of looks like a roundabout, doesn't it?
yes, but at the moment, the Foremans Road has a compulsory stop either side,
Right.
and 1 in 6 vehicles stop at the compulsory stop.
Oh, okay. So they're ignoring it.
They're ignoring it, yes.
Now I get it.
Yeah,
Now I
yeah.
get it. Okay.
So just to you've got to sort of bear in mind about keeping the trucks off that residential area of Foremans
Yeah.
Road. The other streets through the area have got the non-trucking compliance as well.
Yep. I'm going to let Tim ask.
If the council got it and reviewed the signage in that irrelevant of the development, because at the moment you're saying 1 in 6 vehicles stops where they should.
Yes, the compulsory
So
stop.
my concern would be that our council staff should be doing an audit on that intersection almost immediately, because 1 in 6 not obeying a stop sign was absolutely it's just Russian roulette, really.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think
We've also had the police out with the radar, and just a wee bit, you can't quite see, but well, I think I'm in the middle. There's 10 houses from a roundabout to the end of the street,
Yep.
and I'm in the middle of that. And from that roundabout to my house, vehicles have been clocked at doing, I think it's 84k that they've come off, and it's a 50k area.
Gosh.
are those vehicles trucks or are they private
They're
vehicles?
private cars. They're just people using Foremans Road as a arterial route.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, look, thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's been an incredibly helpful submission.
Okay.
Most appreciated.
Thank you very much.